and welcome back to AR-77. Well, here we are at the final instalment of the trilogy around different air pistols and what I would call the the three tiers. So we started off with the budget blasters, the not quite bargain basement full plastic ones, but sub £100 air pistols, specifically obviously due to the nature of the channel and due to the nature of my interest and my collection, specifically replica air pistols which are not just air pistols in and of themselves, but are replicas of real-world firearms. So in the sub £100 budget blaster category, we had the Colt Defender, we had the Sig Sauer SP 2022, and we had the Glock 19. So all under £100, and because of that, built pretty well, those three. That's why I chose those three, and look and feel something like the real thing, but they were short of certain details. They didn't all have full-size drop-out magazines, if they had magazines at all. No moving parts for the most part, locked slides, but still enjoyable pistols to begin your ownership if you're interested. Then we moved up to tier 2. We had the Smith & Wesson M&P, we had the HK VP9, and we had the Glock 19X. Again, a little bit more functionality. All three of those had full-size metal drop-out magazines. All three of those pistols have working blowback and a little bit more functionality, working slide release, so on and so forth, and built in a way which replicates the real-world firearms, in that where there's metal, where there's polymer or plastic, there's polymer or plastic. So, for instance, with the M&P, I think all three of those have kind of polymer frames and metal slides, and the same is true of the air pistols. And here we are at the top. These pistols that I have in front of you now, that I'm presenting to you, are what I think are the best replica air pistols available today. There could have been more in front of you, but you have to kind of draw the line somewhere, because there are increasingly more and more being released which are of a similar standard. I've stuck to some parameters just so that I don't have more things to show you. So I've stuck to BBs in this instance. So there are some tremendous pellet pistols out there. I think up there with some of the best would be actually some of the revolvers, some of the revolver air pistols, like the Dan Wesson 715, which I've omitted from this list. Also, the Sig Sauer M17 is a great replica. That's a new word. Just created that. The M17, the Sig Sauer M17 replica, is a great air pistol, pellet pistol, and because of that, because of the way that the magazine works as well on the M17, it's not quite like a replica, in that the magazine has a few sort of proprietary tweaks. There's got to be some sort of give, but the pistols I'm going to show you today present the least amount of compromise, I think. So you've got the feel of a real firearm in your hand for the most part. The way it operates is similar to the real firearm, and it looks exactly like the real firearm, apart from a bit of wording here or there and perhaps a few details on the magazines. Okay, I'm not going to spend ages looking at them. This is the list. These are what I would call the top 5. These are the best 5 air pistols available, in my opinion. There's my disclaimer, in my opinion. It doesn't get better than this. So, we have the Glock 17. When this came out, it caused a bit of a stir. It is accurate in pretty much every way to the Glock. Full-size metal drop-out magazine, working slide. It will lock back after the final shot. it's exactly like the Glock, really. You can also take this pistol down. You can do a full field strip should you wish to. I won't today, but yeah, great sights. Metal at the top, polymer at the bottom. Like I say, the takedown does work. You can take this pistol down. Recessed barrel there, and everything is where it should be. It feels fantastic. That is an excellent replica air pistol. I think the rule, or one of the sort of things I would say is with these pistols, and I've kind of said similar things on other videos, but if you were to only own one replica air pistol, if you wanted to save up your money and go, I just want one, I only want to spend, let's say, up to £200. And that might even include an extra magazine or a spare magazine with some of these. But if you wanted to spend up to £200, you could have any one of these and you would never need another replica air pistol, because they all do exactly everything that you would want. Full blowback. That's going to reciprocate every time you fire the trigger. It's going to, after the last shot, that's going to lock back just as it would in the real world. You're going to drop your magazine out. If you've got a spare mag, you're going to get that ready. You're going to slap that in. You're going to lock your slide again, and you're off. Yeah, that is everything you would want from a replica air pistol. And even if you didn't shoot it, if you wanted it on a shelf or on a stand or in a cabinet or something like that, it looks exactly right. I guess it comes down to what your favourite type of pistol is, in a way. What sort of styling do you like? If you want a Glock, look no further than the Glock 17 Gen 4. What else have we got then? Well, if you want something a little bit more classic in its design, again, instantly recognisable, you have the Beretta here. Yeah, this is the 92A1. Again, it does everything. This is a full metal, heavy pistol, obviously designed before, you know, a time where pistols were becoming more plastic or polymer in the materials that were being used. So based on a tried and tested kind of chassis, the 92A1 that we have here, it's got all your markings there. Your markings are kind of in white and stuff, but it's not warning markings that are in white. You've got your Beretta here. You've got full size metal dropout magazine. CO2 for all of these just goes in the bottom. This is, again, fully working. You know, you can rack the slide like that. You can, Beretta's very easy to take down. You simply press in the button at the back there, slide that forward. He said, very easy to take down, and that'll just slide off there. You've got everything in there that you need if you wanted to. You've got your lower frame there. Everything does what you would expect it to do. Just get this back on here then. Okay, let's get that how it needs to be. I don't know if any of that came out on camera because I was watching the pistol and not the camera itself. Lovely pistol, that. Beretta. You won't go far wrong with that. If you're a fan, I always say this as well, but if you're a fan of Die Hard or Lethal Weapon, or you take your pick of any of those films, you're going to love that pistol. You're going to love having it. You're going to love the weight of that as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Glock feels great. There's a lovely weight to it. Very modern pistol. But yeah, there's weight to it. But nothing like that. That's a big honker chunker burning gun. Going to get that put on a t-shirt, no doubt. Elsewhere, Springfield Armory XDM once again. Full size, metal, dropout magazine. CO2 goes in the bottom. This one's got a cap on the bottom so that keeps that covered, which is a nice little touch. You can get these in black. This is the kind of the silver version. Nice fibre optic sights on there. Again, I was going to rack. Look at this. Listen, I was going to say, look at the sound of that. Listen to the sound of that. Beautiful. Let's do that again. Beautiful. That's going to lock back again, after your final shot. You can see through there. Lovely markings on the Springfield. Lovely markings down the slide there. XDM 4.5. This is the full size, the 4.5. You can get the compact 308. Is it 308? 38, sorry. Oh, 3.8. I'm losing myself. 3.8. But again, all the markings where they should be. Springfield Armory, USA, XDM. Absolutely beautiful pistol. Great feel to that. Obviously single action. You've got your grip safety there. Everything works. Grip safety works. Trigger safety works. Great example of a single action, more modern single action pistol. This. Nothing's going to happen there unless that's down. You know, you even if that's down, can't pull the trigger unless your hand is on there properly, yeah, and your fingers around there and you're ready to go. Yeah. Also notable on this is the protruding little peg at the back here. Shows you that you are live and ready to go. That disappears once you've discharged the pistol. Excellent. You won't go far wrong with that. You'd be happy with any one of these. This is an absolute beast of an air pistol. It is, of course, the HK USP, and I couldn't be more happy with this pistol. This vies for the top slot, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, I love the Beretta. Let's do a little rogues gallery. I love the Beretta. I love the Glock. Yeah, these are all going to fall off the table. I love the XDM, but we won't do that again. The USP is just so solid. When you hold it, it's just so rugged and solid. Really tactile grip here. Really gets into your hand there. Really aggressive kind of pyramid grip on that. Once again, you've got full-size metal drop-out magazine in almost kind of a greyed finish. It's really good. The slide, the metal slide, and the magazine have this kind of grey finish to it. Really lovely. As do the parts. You know, your safety here and your slide release here. Obviously, this one's a kind of a trigger guard mag release. Just for anybody who's not seen that one, let's put that in, and that releases out of there. Heavy magazine, all the branding where it should be. HK USB, recessed barrel. Bit of a giveaway there, but relatively subtly done. Not ambidextrous, this one. None of that modern trigger safety malarkey. It is going to stick back there after your final round. Look at that. Yeah. And then you are ready to go. Again, single action or double action on the USP. And let me just pop the mag in. I believe you also have a working decocker just there. So if you're kind of locked and loaded and ready to go, that will decock the pistol. Yeah, so you go ready for a single action there. That will decock. Also disengages the trigger if you put it up there on safe. Yeah, so ready to fire, single or double action. That will move the pistol onto safe. Even if you move it off safe, you cock it, you can disengage that and decock it. Fully functional. Yeah, under £200. Probably closer to the sort of 150, 160, 170 pound mark, I think, these. So they're not cheap, which is why I say, you know, if you just wanted one, you wouldn't be disappointed with any of them. They're all fantastic pistols. I'll try and create a nice little image for you here. What can I do to make this look pretty? It's always nice, isn't it? Always nice for a screenshot. I'll pop Mr. Glock there as well. Yeah, good. Chill out. chill out. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking he's missed something important here. He's missed something significant. And I have. Because I'm saving the best till last. In my opinion, the best BB shooting CO2 full replica air pistol money can buy is the KWC 1911. This one in particular is a lovely version. This is the Sig Sauer, but it's still made by KWC. This is the We the People version. You have your full size metal dropout magazine. Yes, it's cut out to fit the CO2 in, but that's because, as standard, you know, a 1911 magazine is very, very narrow, and that's just the way it is. I'm forgiving that. You've got a hole cut out here to load your BBs. The spring will lock back there while you load it up, and then it's in there with a satisfying click, and you are ready to go. Fully functional. Yeah, on this particular one, you've got some lovely, can I get that? It's a bit too bright, isn't it? You can see there, we've got some lovely sights, white dot front and rear. You've got your cutout slide there. Again, you can take this pistol down, you can strip it, everything works. All the parts are metal where they should be metal. Listen to that satisfying clink or clunk of metal. Full metal replica air pistol. So many hours of pleasure you're going to get from something like this. And the best thing about this is that there are so many different types available. So you can spend closer to 200 quid, you can spend 150 quid or whatever it is on a really, really nice one like this. Or you can go for something like the Remington RAC or the Swiss Arms 1911. A far more basic version, you might say, but not as modern. You know, it's not going to have the skeletonized trigger. It's the the difference is it doesn't do anything different to what these do. I'm kind of rambling. What's the best way to say it? You're getting all the functionality, but aesthetically it just looks a bit less exciting. There you go. So you can get your stainless ones, you can get these ones, you can get your desert ones, but you can get the more standard versions of the 1911, still by KWC, and they still do everything. They still feel great in your hand. They still feel satisfying to shoot. Every time that slide goes back, every time you cock it, every time you shoot it, single action works just as it should. The grip safety works just as it should. You know, the safety there at the side works just as it should, so that when you're ready to go, you click that down and you fire. Excellent example. And that is why, out of all the available options, you've got your Springfields, your USPs, you know, your Glocks, your Berettas. I can't fault any of those. And like I said, if you only owned one, you'd be happy with any one of those. But for my money, from beginner to the end, there's one pistol which stands head and shoulders above all the others, and that is the KWC 1911. You can get one of these, perhaps not in this finish, for around about £100, just over £100. You might struggle to get one for 100 quid, but do you know what? Second hand, you probably could. You could probably get one for about 70 or 80 second hand. Not just like this, but one of the more basic kind of designs, but still with full functionality, still full metal. And if you're at all interested in getting into satisfying replica air pistol ownership, you will not go wrong with what I think is the best on the market, the KWC 1911. And I'm a fanboy, unashamedly. I've got a couple of videos about these, probably more than two. They are the best, in my opinion. Other notable mentions, the Umrex Single Action Army. A fantastic replica air pistol. If you want something that's got a bit of age to it, that's a bit more of a historical piece, you won't go wrong with that either. Shell cases, and you know that you've got the brass to load up there and shoot. Sadly, it couldn't make this list because I had too many kind of semi-autos to go on. That's it. the best of the bunch in my opinion. Feel free to disagree or agree, share your comments, like, share, subscribe. Let's agree, let's argue, let's just talk. Thank you very much for your time. As always, stay safe, all the best, take care, bye.